Oh, man. How are you guys? Ben,
Yes.
would you like to join the rest of the class?
Yeah, sorry.
How you guys been, man? I feel like I haven't seen you since the episode got cut off last week.
I've been good, dude.
Good?
I've been, I am in school. Hey, dude, it's weird. It's very weird being 27 years old, getting an undergraduate degree.
When you told me that you were going to school, I was like, oh, Ben's young. I was like,
Yeah, you
Ben's
know who else
much-
thinks that? The people in my class, dude. And then I have to, have a conversation where I feel like, I don't know, I flirt with older ladies sometimes.
Right.
And they always get so bashful about their age. And I feel like I know how it feels to want to lie.
And say that you're, I see. What happened?
AC.
Oh, shit. Good call.
Yeah.
It's okay. We don't have to
We
stop.
don't have to start over. It'll be fine.
No, I want to ask you a question
We'll do
about
it live.
this. Thank you, Zach.
Nice.
Rare
Everybody
glimpse
give
of
it up for
producer Zach, dude.
Yes.
I was just telling him he would never be on camera.
Yeah.
Well, bask in it.
Yeah, Nick was just verbally assaulting Zach before we
like-
started.
You should feel lucky, man.
Yeah. There's that wave of sound.
But you're saying you feel the impulse to lie about your own age now.
Yeah, dude, because it's like people in my classes are 19. It feels also illegal to even talk to a 19-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to date them, are you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
But it's
It feels weird.
Just gonna fucking ghost.
It feels like they're babies.
Yeah.
They're like actual fucking babies. when
And they
you
also
talk
make
to
a
them.
face when you tell them. I told this girl in my class I was 27, and she was like,
yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, fuck you, lady. You
Yeah.
don't know where your life's going to be in 8 years.
She's getting a degree at 19, so better than me.
That's true. I remember when I moved to LA, I I was 23 and I dated a 19-year-old who was going to USC because we were right by the campus, and that fucked with me even at that age.
Yeah.
Because she was a biomedical engineering major, and I was like, yeah, I just moved out here to be a comedian.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate that. Dude.
It sucks, dude.
It sucks. And I don't know. I think. Do you remember what a 27-year-old looked like to you when you were 19?
Of course.
Just that's a 35-year-old.
Yeah,
in
you tell
your
me.
brain.
And
when
yeah,
you're 19.
you're basically 30.
Yeah, being 27 to a 19-year-old is are you my dad? You know.
Well, you know what's funny? I was excited. 27 was the age that should we move some of this? 27 was the age that I dreamt of being. I thought it was the platonic ideal.
Sure.
But what I
Yeah.
didn't realize is you hit
Platonic idea.
I thought it was the platonic ideal state of being. I'm 27 seems where it all comes together.
Yeah.
I turned 27 in COVID. But the thing that happens is when you turn 25, you can't even enjoy the back half of your 20s because you turn 25 and you're my life is over.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're I'm fucked.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. Right. I turned 27 in 2 weeks, and I want to kill myself. 2 weeks from today, I turned 27, and it's
It's going to be
I don't know,
Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, Noah Watson.
I understand because Ben had a moment when he turned 27. We walked to go do something, and you had shaved your face. You were wearing sunglasses, but you were also wearing dress shoes, and
That is my crisis outfit.
That's everybody's crisis outfit.
I asked him, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I don't know. I'm trying to feel young and old at the same time."
Yeah.
And it's yeah, dude, that's what it's like every day. I don't know. I feel like I should be wearing sweaters 100% of the time, but then I meet a 24-year-old who's still wearing holes in their shirt, and they're like, I'm still that. You know, I could still get pierced, and it'll be
Well, yeah. You know what else it is, too, is I feel growing up and everything, your prime is always ahead of you.
Definitely.
But I feel what's scary now is this is my prime. It's not getting any better.
You start to feel it fall apart in
Yeah.
a year or two.
Yeah.
You start to feel you're oh, my metabolism's fucked up.
Well, and I just start seeing the I feel turning into the single uncle. My brother's gonna get married, have a kid, and I'll be yeah, your Uncle Ben. Little kids are gonna love me, and adults are gonna be don't talk to me.
Yeah, dude, but you know what? But fuck those people, because I always when I was a little kid, I hated the adults who were
Yeah, when you're a little kid, you like the failure adults because they're the ones hanging out with you at the party because they owe money to the rest of your family.
Let me explain something to you. You think that people who are married with a white picket fence have it figured out, Ben? You need to find the optimism that you had as a child because
it's gone.
The single uncles are cooler, dude.
The what?
The single uncles are cooler and more introspective than like the retards who have, a 401k savings and a house and a family.
Yeah.
But I really do feel that way. I do feel like I like the single people.
Well, that's because all you have is cool. Like you don't have air conditioning or like a retirement plan.
The radio in your car doesn't
all you
work.
have is swearing in front of kids, and also how little it takes for kids to like think you're the cool. Like just saying that, just saying fuck. You're like the cool uncle.
No, but my cool uncles they were cool because like they thought about like art. You know what I mean? Like my cool uncles.
Those are my
like,
gay uncles. My cool uncles fucking gave me cigarettes.
But they probably said insightful shit. I feel like because when you're single at that age, it's like people who are in happy relationships with kids are not insightful. They're not thinking about they have no inner lives because like their lives are falling apart. They're trying to fucking keep all the shit. They're trying to feed their kids and like keep up with the mortgage. If you're a single uncle, it's like you're like you bring a zen energy to the family reunion. That is
zen energy.
You bring a zen energy.
Yeah,
that's important for the little kids there.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's an important service. You don't want to be Ben. You would suck as a boring married guy. It wouldn't be right.
Well, I'd keep it lively. That's all I'm saying. Wouldn't be no boring marriage. All right, it's gonna be a roller coaster ride from day one.
I do think that you are going to meet a girl and that you're going to get married. I do think that's going to happen. I know that's what you want. And
the way
so
you said that makes me think like in your head, you're like, I think you're going to meet a girl and you're going to get married and you're going to immediately get divorced. Like, I feel like there's a prophecy in your head
there's
and you just gave me the first half.
Here's the thing. Statistically, people talk about I'm sorry. I want
also, can I just say, wanting love feels very gay.
It's gay.
Yeah.
I don't mean to knock you down, but look, man, don't get down on yourself because you're not in a marriage that might not pan out anyway. Just don't compare yourself.
How about let's make a deal, Nick? If neither of us are married in 5 years.
Well, I have a girlfriend, so the pressure's on. You think
you're gonna get married?
I got a pony.
We don't have to go there.
We're open. We talk about
she doesn't listen to this.
She will.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Baby, I hope you're enjoying the podcast. But
I'm just kidding. I wish someone would call me baby.
We talk about marriage, but we both are I don't think we want to do it.
Yeah.
Not yet. But I don't know because also it's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I need you to be single though, for the sake of this podcast. You need to have pussy adventures because Noah and I are tied down.
Oh yeah,
and you need to go out and get into a mess of trouble every week.
Yeah, just
and also I need
collect
to
STDs.
Absolutely, I need to live vicariously through you.
Part of me, I think that the fact that I've made it this far without getting an STD, something about that makes me just not want to go hook up.
We're kindred spirits because
I just kind of want to leave the casino now. That makes sense.
I that's kind of what this may be a bad thing to admit to on the podcast, but I have in my life. It's nothing crazy. Don't worry. you guys.
This is excitement.
I also have no STDs, and I had a lot of partners before I was with my current girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And brother, I never wore a condom in my life. They hate it. I hate it too. Why would we do something now that us are into?
Do you remember when you realized condoms weren't really a thing?
They don't matter.
That was one of the biggest mind fucks because they drive that home so hard. When you're a kid, they start telling you about condoms before it even makes sense.
Yeah.
Before I even really understood what sex was, I was they were hitting you with the condom thing.
Women hate condoms, dude.
Yeah, dude. You get out there and you realize it's
Well, yeah. I mean, it's got to suck because to have a condom inside of you. That's
Definitely.
Still
I think
bad.
the dick would bother me more than the condom, but I do get the
Well,
point.
but women, they're ready to have the dick inside them.
Women are the gayest ones out of
anyone.
anyone.
You're very right, Ben. Women do love men's cocks, which is sus behavior. Gay. Yeah, no, I mean, but that's in my 20s, I was like, oh, nobody's doing this? Mm-hmm. You offer to put a condom on the way you offer to pay for dinner when your parents take you out. You both know it's not happening, No, I need you to be single for. Here's the other thing about being in your late 20s. If I could be the wise 31-year-old and impart some wisdom, you will. Here's the tragic thing: you'll start to feel like you're in your 20s again around like 28, 29. Like you'll get used to it. You'll be like, oh, it's not over yet. And then you're 30.
Yeah.
And then it fucking hit. And then it sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm saying enjoy it now. Like don't feel like it's over. Like enjoy the rest of your 20s now. Because you got like 3 solid more years, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fucked, dude. I mean, I think that this was my time to these last.
What are you talking about?
Because now I'm gonna like just lose my hair and
Are you losing your hair?
no,
You're not gonna lose. You got a nice head of
I'm
hair.
losing
dude.
my mind about losing my hair, but I'm not actually losing my hair.
I don't. I think you guys both have good heads of hair. I think you're gonna be fine. And if you do lose your hair, it's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Guys look good without hair.
But then I can't have sexual adventures and talk about them on the podcast.
Of course you can. Bald guys get crazy
Actually, that's
pussy,
true,
dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Zach. I just didn't even realize you were sitting there for all that. But then I was also like,
Also, Zach looks
Zach gets
great.
pussy, dude.
Zach literally looks
you literally
great.
just made me. I looked over at you and I felt better, and I was like, oh yeah, I could just like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you can just rub the bald top of your head on
Yeah.
your wet fucking pussy. I bet it feels great, dude. If you got a little stubble that's like ribbed for her,
It's
For her pleasure?
It's a flex to be like, I got a good shaped skull. I
Yeah.
can't. Here's my thing. I have a full head of hair. I couldn't afford to lose it because I got a fucked up bumpy skull.
How do you
All right,
know?
it's fucked up and bumpy.
It's because I've shaved it before and it's like it doesn't look right. Also, like there's bumps on my skull, dude. It's fucked up.
What do you mean bumps on your skull?
There's just like bumps and
Dude,
stuff
don't
on my
get Nick
skull.
started on skull.
There's just like don't get it. Listen, it's a good.
Nick always talking about the shape of people's skull.
Yeah.
Lots
you
of
guys
bumps.
ever-
It means I'm intelligent.
Have you
but
guys ever-
It's hard to look at.
No, it's a my head doesn't look. My head is smaller than you would think when I shave it. You're like, oh, that's not right.
That sounds like
Okay.
something on like a grinder bio.
My head is smaller than you would think.
But when I shave it, it looks bigger. You know?
No, it does me no favors to shave my head because I've done it before, and then my hair. I have hair that's like bone straight, so like when I shave my hair all the way, it like grows like
At least you
straight.
got something bone straight going on. Sorry.
What the hell are you talking
I'm
about?
sorry,
man?
dude. I'm trying.
You're
I'm
out of
just
control.
trying
You had
to-
a
I'm
Diet
just-
Coke, and now you're acting up.
Yeah, I'm caffeinated right now.
I feel you, dude.
Hell yeah.
Man, do you know
Dire
what-
Straits. Sorry, I'm still thinking of names.
Oh yeah.
I keep hitting the microphone with my headphones, and someone's gonna get pissed off. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody will care. I'm sniffly as fuck today. I'm like the allergies are coming in waves for me in Chicago. I'm trying
Yeah.
not to sneeze into the mic. I was gonna.
Gay fever.
Are you hitting me with? Oh no. Are you still doing names?
Yeah, I gotta stop free associating.
That's a dangerous game. I have some friends who like who are still free associating. Honestly, that's a dangerous game
It sounds
for
like you're
comics.
just trying to think of a styly, like way to say homeless. Like I'm just like free associating right now.
Oh, you mean like people on the street corners?
Couch to couch.
Dude, a homeless guy punched my
women.
girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. This is
What
like
did she do?
no. So there's a homeless guy in our neighborhood who is he's definitely like the top billed homeless guy in the neighborhood. He's very noticeable.
Okay.
I first saw him like last year. He was coming at me he was coming towards me down the street, and he just like in one swift motion took his cock out and started pissing while he was walking.
Oh hell yeah!
Having a conversation like in it, like moving his hands, getting good work done. And so we've seen him a bunch of times. And then like my girlfriend goes to the thrift store to like she has a Depop site. I won't plug it. And he like made eye contact with her outside, and it was intense. And then she went in, and then he came into the thrift store, found her, pushed a woman who was in front of her out of the way, and punched her in the shoulder, and said some like gibbered some crazy shit, and then left. And then like everybody's like, "What happened?" She was like, "A homeless guy just punched me," and the manager was like, all right, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
They can
Damn,
do shit.
dude.
Cops are like, we can't do anything, and we keep seeing this guy walking around, and like I'm trying to like
Get a pellet gun.
I'm trying to like bait him.
Get an airsoft gun and just make his life suck.
post up in a
Honestly, I'm surprised pellet guns aren't like more popular. To me, it's the perfect weapon because it has full intimidation factor. And if you start shooting someone with a pellet gun, I don't care like how tough they are, they're gonna run.
That is
It's
a
true.
great way
Unless
to
they're on
correct
PCP.
behavior.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody like tries to cut you in line, you can just fucking hit them with a BB.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and not the ones that bounce off. Like it should be embedded in the skin a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
but not enough to kill.
Like a
I'm-
CO2 gun.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to tag this guy almost like a dolphin or like a
Yeah.
like a bobcat
Sedate
in
him.
South. Well, no, I want to like because he's so in his own world. I think I could slip a shock collar on him without him noticing, and I
Yeah.
could I could correct his behavior when I see him walking down the street, dude.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
But I genuinely
Get
like,
him a prong collar, dude.
He just becomes my homeless guy. Domesticate him.
Yeah,
that
it's
would
for
actually
his own
be
good.
fucking sick, dude.
He wasn't properly socialized, so you have to do it now.
Because he's not a citizen of this world. Like he's not. He's like totally. He'll never be a functional member of society. He should be my slave.
I don't know.
That's how I feel.
Maybe he'll be a boxer. Maybe he's always wanted to be a boxer, and he's just put his like, his skills in the wrong. He's pointed them in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he's at women.
He should be a
It's
trans
insane.
boxer. His.
It is very funny to go for the punch in the shoulder if you're mad.
Can you imagine too?
That's brotherly.
You know when
It
they do
is.
like flash? There's like a show like America's Got Talent, and they do like a flashback of the contestant to give you all their backstory. Be really funny if he became like an Olympic like trans boxer, and they did like a cut to a flashback. He started as a homeless man, like punching women on the street corners, and then he realized that you only live one time. He might as well pursue his dream.
After knocking out several women, he was like, "Fuck, I'm good at this."
Yeah,
This is the first thing I've ever been good at.
this is what
man.
I wake up thinking about hitting women. I go to sleep thinking about hitting women. I just couldn't live with myself if I never
If you didn't go pro,
put myself out there.
they didn't put a big beautiful belt on me for what I was put on this earth to do. I do. The problem, as funny as it is, I do genuinely like. I have this urge to like get in an altercation with him because he punched my girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
too
that's
crazy to be
normal.
reasoned with.
Were you there when that happened?
No, she
Okay.
came home and
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah.
And she also posted an Instagram story, and I was before she told me, she was like,
Yeah.
she like told all her followers. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm like, do I get a knife? Do I get a fucking taser? Like, what do I do? Like, I want to like through footwork and trickery, like throw him into traffic.
Through footwork and
That's
trickery.
I really like what I would like to do to this guy.
Yeah.
Because it would be no great law. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't advocate for like killing the homeless, but as a man, what am I supposed to do, dude? Go
Yeah,
find him?
You kind of have to kill him.
Well, how big is he?
He's big and he's
What race? Just so we know what we're working with.
he's a white guy.
crime wise.
He's-
Okay.
but he's a real crusty, like disgusting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because he's like meth head jacked.
Yeah.
Like how meth head, like despite not eating and being on the street, they have like incredible like
Calisthenics.
physicality.
Okay.
Incredible physicality.
They do.
Yeah.
And can you fight? Are you strong?
Absolutely not. That's why I'm talking about a
Yeah,
taser, dude.
All right, yeah, get a taser, get a stun gun. I will, because you can't. Well, you could honestly probably just kill a homeless guy, and not that much would happen, honestly. But you would just see his face every time you close your eyes.
Yeah.
that would
I know.
happen.
I may get a thirst for it. Yeah. I may develop
yeah,
it.
yeah, dude. Now we gotta cancel the podcast.
No, I
Yeah.
am not. I have no plans to murder. Although I think a lot of people would probably thank me privately, but I have no plans to
Yeah.
murder homeless people in Chicago. I thought the winner would do
Pellet
that.
gun, dude.
Yeah, I think you're onto some of it. I could like post up and just get it, like ding him from like different points, make him even crazier.
Yeah. Or I'm trying to think what other stuff what other clever ways you could.
There are a lot of homeless guys who just take their cock out and piss. I mean, I guess where are they gonna go?
Yeah.
Sure.
But
So he did it while he was walking.
that was the.
That's the impressive part. To
yeah,
me.
that's like a trick shot.
It was like watching somebody enter a flow state,
Yeah.
like you ever like watch like a chef make a meal and he's like talking as he does it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it was like.
That's
one
the homeless man equivalent of cutting an onion while looking at someone.
Yes.
Is peeing while walking.
Just like one perfect move. Like, took his cock out of his zipper.
Homeless guy dreams of pissing good. That's what it is.
Is that Jiro?
Yeah,
Sushi.
yeah, we got there. I didn't know the real name, so I'm glad
Yeah.
that people got it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, you could leave out like a dog bowl with like spiked orange juice in it or something. That could get
Rat
him.
poison.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I should give him poisoned food.
Poison food.
Because he'll.
Yeah.
I can't believe. Let me just. I can't.
Because then
believe
you'll
they
kill
don't
him,
do
and then
that.
you'll get treated like a good person for it.
Yeah.
Like, just gave that guy food.
Well, here's what we do. This is psychotic. We give him poison food. He succumbs to it, obviously, and then you run up and try to revive him. It couldn't be me. I tried to save the guy's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. Or you could just find the hole he lives in and flush it out with a water hose. You know, that's what we used to do.
Or you could just like start a hurtful rumor about him, so that among the other homeless people, take the high road. Honestly,
Where do you go? I mean,
alienate him from his friends. It's about to be winter, dude. Let nature take its course.
Yeah.
what would even hurt a homeless person's feelings, dude?
Dude, what? That's a good question.
Maybe you'd accuse him of actually having money. We'd have
No,
people like
yeah.
that growing up. People who like
Like, you
Pretended
smell
to be
great.
homeless.
panhandle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you notice, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he's got nice clothes.
Make fun
and
of their sign. Be like, saw another guy down the street. He had the same sign. Why don't you be original?
It's fucking cringe, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, cringe. Oh. Have you seen these homeless people now? They have like
Just accuse them of having homes.
That's exactly
That
it,
would
yeah.
be good. Go accuse homeless people of being like fakers. Be like, everybody, this guy, he lives in my building. Like, this was my roommate in college. Like, he literally he makes 6 figures a year. He just does,
He
just
can-
ruin their.
He can absolutely speak. He's pretending to be fucking schizo.
You know what you should do? You should just call the cops on him and say that he gave someone counterfeit money.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man.
I thought we were just spitballing.
We are spitballing.
George
That was-
Floyd
that was-
dreams of sushi. He's white. He's a white guy, right?
George Floyd was a white. Yes, that's correct.
No, not George.
George, you're right.
Wait, it'd be really funny, a guy who goes to all the BLM protests because he thought George Floyd was white, and he finds out on like the last day. He's like, "What, dude? I wasted my whole summer."
It is the whitest name.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. That's
I
like
don't
the
know
two.
about that.
That's like that sounds like that's like a sitcom dad.
If
Yeah.
it was like Hank Floyd,
Yeah.
that's way whiter.
That's true. I guess
Hank
that's
Floyd, that's a guy with a mustache. You know,
true. George Floyd. We can't. Don't make me start talking about George Floyd.
he will go off, dude. He will go off.
No, yeah. At the cops, obviously, I'm still indignant about that whole thing. That was a mess. All right.
Is that you trying to save that?
I'll be frank. I don't like the way they treated that George Floyd fella.
Yeah. Let the record show. With that whole thing, we weren't thrilled.
It
all
was
right?
it was a bit of a snafu. I'll put that out
Real
there.
thorn in my paw.
That Derek Chauvin character.
Yeah.
It's like, really, dude?
What a jerk.
Really, this is what we're doing?
I don't
Yeah.
much like him.
He should
Yeah.
be suspended at least.
Yeah.
I would definitely say suspension with pay for that. We need to do something.
Yeah.
The point I was laboring towards, I forget what I was going to say. We would, if you guys do you ever know people who like pretended to be homeless, like panhandled?
No, I've never known a pretend. I knew people in like high school who were like.
Doesn't Julia eat out of dumpsters now?
Well, okay, now we gotta like censor that name out of it.
We can do that. Who is this? We don't have to get into it.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
not get
sorry,
into
I'm
that.
sorry.
Fair.
But fucking, I knew people in high school who were like anarchists who would like,
Yeah.
like like put all their shit in a shopping cart and push it around, but
Yeah.
also have like an iPhone, shit like that.
I
Or like,
love
A
those
lot
kind
of
of
homeless
people.
people with iPhones.
Well, that's how because they have Venmo now. That's how if you're like, I don't have cash, they're like, I got Cash App, dude.
I'm not cash apping a homeless
Of
guy.
course
I
not.
would never do that. I'd knock the phone out of their hand.
That was,
I don't.
There was
like,
there was a homeless guy in LA who had the QR code. Like
Damn,
on
dude.
them. They're like, you just
Really?
scan this and send me the money. I was like, definitely not.
At that
LA
point,
is such a
you could work for
wasteland.
some kind of app. Like if you're that tech savvy, like you could
Yeah.
get a job. If you know how QR codes work, there's no reason you should be homeless.
It's a little insane.
Would you want a homeless guy to DoorDash for you though?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they already do.
Well, I did. Yeah, I was homeless for like 6 months and I was doing DoorDash.
because
All right.
Uber drivers have
But-
to have a certain like level of car, but Door Dashing, you could live in your car and DoorDash.
Yeah, I did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I did. And
Yeah.
and it's not a lifestyle I would encourage. But
Sure. Yeah. Well, it sounds bad.
it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
I sometimes I forget it happened to me. But that was a fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun half a year. I'll
Yeah.
say.
Did you how many times did you just eat someone's food out of spite?
Oh, let me tell you, Ben. There used in the halcyon days of DoorDash and Postmates. So now,
What does halcyon mean?
like the salad day, like the best days of
Okay.
it. I think I'm using context clues. That's how I've heard other people use it. I think that's like a halcyon's like a Rasta thing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I could-
I've never heard that before ever.
There's people say house. I promise you, I've heard people say that phrase the way I used it.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that we're dumb enough to shake your self confidence.
Yeah.
It's
Most people-
we just pulled the rug out from under your vocabulary.
Most
Could you
would
say
be
that
like,
in
"That's right."
heterosexual?
Well, in the salad days of DoorDash and Postmates, now the way that it works is the money is sent directly to the restaurant through the app. But when it was in its infancy, they would give you a PEX card that had like an unlimited amount of money loaded onto it when you got to the restaurant. So you would say, I'm here. The PEX card would have like a floating amount of money loaded, and you could just order whatever the person wanted. Now, three times a day. Sorry, my nose is running.
No, it's okay. You got like a coked up energy right now. I like it.
Maybe
it's the sniffles.
It is the sniffles. This will happen like
It's that. That's the, you know.
Now let me tell you guys how to fuck DoorDash for everything they're worth. Yeah, this is like a 3 a.m. Like I should be like cutting something with a credit card.
Yeah.
Honestly, cutting something with a food stamps card. But so you could 3 times a day say, "Whoops, I dropped the food. I can't take it to the customer." And
Really?
they would and it's a total mulligan. And so they would just be like, all right, well, you have to go offline for 5 minutes. You can come back on and take more deliveries. If you drop the food 3 times, then they're like, you can't work today. So I would just go to a restaurant.
3 meals a day.
Order what exactly. I was like, they're asking. This is basically like my meal plan. I would go to a restaurant, order whatever I wanted on the floating amount of money on the PEX card, and then say, whoops, I dropped the food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's my food.
Yeah,
And
That's
I would
great.
do that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes I would be at home and I'd be like, do you guys want anything? I'm going to go on a Postmates run and just
Yeah.
use Postmates
Hell
money
yeah,
to get like $60 worth of McDonald's.
You were
You know what's
Robin Hooding.
awesome? I DoorDashed for a while too, and I did the same thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Not for very long, but the what's great about that is it's like I've been on both sides of that, and it's
Yeah.
like for every time that you do the like, oh, I dropped the food, this is mine now. There's a guy who like probably hit his wife that night.
Dude,
like the
it
amount of
hurts
anger that you feel
So bad.
when you order food that you spent $40 on Taco Bell.
They get that money back.
Yeah, but you waited 2 hours for it, and you were like, you should have gone to bed an hour ago. You already made the bad decision of door dashing, and then you're watching the thing, and then it gets canceled.
You're like, why the fuck aren't they moving?
Let me
I've
tell you
never
something.
felt that amount of anger, and I still did it to other people.
As somebody who is living in my car, oh no, you're gonna go to your warm bed with an empty stomach. I'm sorry, man. My heart
Sure.
goes out to
Yeah.
you, dude.
I totally understand, but being on the other side of it, it does. I got DoorDash one time, and the lady who got it got half of the order that we did, and then threw the bag at the wrong house. And when I opened it, there was a Sprite inside that exploded, and also a bunch of 9-volt batteries. It was the most insane shit.
Don't
Be
get
a
me wrong.
commercial for DoorDash.
Now that I'm like a productive member of society, I do the same thing, man. I punch the wall when something's wrong. I'm like, we're getting all our fucking money back, dude. They didn't give us enough sauce, Like,
Yeah, dude.
but
You should start putting spike strips at the bus stops.
Plant a hair in my pad Thai to get my next one free.
But I never cared when I was ripping off people in, like the Hollywood Hills. It's like, oh
yeah.
no, so fucking Josh Hartnett or whatever isn't getting because I would take it to like celebrities.
Oh,
and I'm
God.
like, I don't give a fuck if
yeah.
Oh yeah, easy. Well, I mean, like, I think both parties. I think you're the correct party, and then being mad at your DoorDash driver is the honest party. Of
course.
That's it's an unavoidable
When
feeling.
an unstoppable force meets an
immovable
immovable
object.
That's
I am
it's
the
one of those.
Joker of.
Yeah.
I have never once in my life made more than $20,000 in a year. If my DoorDasher is late, I hate the poor so
Of
much.
course.
I hate poor people.
Well, the funny thing about this is like how long would you expect I would like get away with this scam, dude? Because every time
Seems like a while.
I did it for like a year.
You know,
Yeah.
what? In middle school, I used to just get all my lunch, like fill a tray with food, and then just walk out of the line without paying. And I was like, oh, food is free.
This is-
and I did it for an entire year, and I bragged to everyone in the lunchroom. I told people, I was like, oh, you don't know? Why don't you just do what I do? Yeah, just walk. And then sure enough, what they did is they had cameras,
Yeah.
so they just collected a year's worth of video evidence of me So it wouldn't have been if I had done it the first time and then gotten caught and then we'd been like, oh, okay, can't do that, and then maybe I would have gotten in a little trouble. But no one said shit to me. They let me do it for a year, and then they were like, you're like suspended for a month.
This is what you would get deported from Japan because you've adapted to a low trust society. As we live in a low trust society, like there are other countries where it's like they wouldn't even think of doing that, dude. They would like they have such a high trust society that they're just like, why would you do that?
I would be deported from Japan for stealing.
You would be deported for a number of things, I'm sure, but it's a different mentality.
I think in Thailand they would spank you publicly.
Yeah,
I think they'd hit you in the ass with a ruler.
They would cut his hands off.
That's how Muay Thai actually originated. Was as punishment for
spanking
guys,
bad boys.
Yeah,
Really? Yeah, they just spanked until one guy did a spin kick.
yeah.
he just did a backflip and spanked
Muay
the
Thai
guy.
it directly translates to crack karate. Crackhead karate.
Crackhead karate. I don't know if I know what Muay Thai is like. I know I know capoeira and jiu-jitsu. Those are like the weird offshoot like martial arts.
Yeah,
I think a character in Street Fighter does Muay Thai, and that might be the most that I know about it.
it's just these little Thai guys that smoke and drink and fuck each other up since they're like little kids.
That's awesome. Dude,
It's
could you
pretty
imagine
dope.
just like you fight all day, just like fuck each other up like in the streets, and then you take a nice ladyboy to karaoke?
I also like how in Thailand there's you either become an actual woman or
Right.
you become like a weapon.
Let's not say an actual woman. I'm kidding.
No, this is a woke podcast.
This is a
actually.
woke
We'll cut
podcast.
that out. No, I'm just kidding. No, you either become a tranny mongrel. No,
Jesus. Oh my
Zach
god.
left. I just
Zach
want
like,
people
well,
to know
Zach
because
is a
Zach's
bad-
off camera, so he gets to, you were in this too. You're in this lifeboat with us.
Let me tell you
Yeah,
something about
Zach
Zach.
sits over there and mouths slurs the whole
He's
time.
been
we're
mouthing the
recording.
N-word at me since we started.
Zach can't defend himself, but I ride here with Zach. Zach is a degenerate, dude. You don't want Zach's approval. He's an absolute bad boy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's bald?
Is that like a Pinocchio style punishment? Dude?
His hair was like, we don't know
we
this
can't
guy."
keep letting this guy fucking have hair.
Yeah.
His hair didn't want to be associated
Yeah.
with it.
His hair was like, just donate me to a kid with cancer. Jesus Christ.
Zach is
I'm
the
too close to these racist thoughts.
We're gonna get Zach a mic because Zach is the man, but
Yeah.
I have to become moneyed up first.
Yeah.
We got it. I've got
moneyed up.
another bad mic, but let's wait and get a good one probably.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For sure. I was gonna ask you guys, are you guys I can't stop watching and reading about the fucking Diddy trial.
I know he had, what was it, like 784 dildos in his house and like 20,000 gallons of lube or something.
He had so much lube, dude.
Like
It's like, it's crazy. He's like a sex doomsdayer.
He
20,000
he's
gallons.
like, just in case all the pussy runs out.
Yeah.
Well, because 20,000 gallons, that's like the Shark Tank at the aquarium. That's like that's so much.
Yeah.
You're
It doesn't,
popping
you
out
don't
like
realize how
Neo
much it
in the
is until
Matrix.
you start filling it up and it takes a week.
Yeah, dude, you have to have a hose, and that's crazy too. Because it
Oh,
makes
he
me
had
think
hose.
like he would just like. When you have that amount of lube, you don't care if you spill it. You know, if you're like pumping it into your hands, you're probably just throwing a little bit on the floor. Like when you get one of those giant Costco bottles of shampoo, and you're like, oh, it got a little too much, and so you just fucking wipe it off. You know?
It's definitely a slimy household.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you read about the freak offs?
I know they were like sex parties. I don't know what.
It sounds like something you
happened
call
during
a
them.
kid when you haven't learned swear words yet.
You fucking freak off. Well,
Get out of here, you freak off.
if only it was that innocent, because apparently the freak offs were like he would like force people to like have sex for like hours on end, and he would watch, and he would
did
he would
hear
make
about
women
this.
have so much sex. I'm gonna sneeze.
This is Diddy.
oh my
Bless
god.
Lord have mercy.
I felt this coming on, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking be sniffling on the podcast. Well, he was making women have so much sex that they would like pass out, and then he would medically revive them and make them have
What?
more. Yeah, it's like what the devil.
That's what the
would do.
Navy SEALs do. You basically pass buds if you're in Diddy's entourage.
You absolutely do.
Yeah.
It's like and the crazy thing is, like, it seems like every single person in Hollywood would go to these parties. Dude, like,
Really?
They're like, look, he's gonna drown you, but he's gonna bring you back to life.
Like Martin Short was
Yeah.
there. Martin Short, Patton Oswalt.
well, it seems like they interviewed John Legend about it, and you're like, okay, so John Legend is like his Prince Andrew, because John Legend just like clammed up. He started calling him Mr. Combs. He was like, I was obviously so disturbed by and it's like he has this look on his face like, I know I'm on tape. He's
Damn,
like, I know
dude.
there's 3,000 hours of me like fucking a boy somewhere.
Oh, dude, I bet Paul Rudd is all over that shit. I bet Ant-Man is fucking...
Paul Rudd.
I bet Ant-Man is doing some fucking gross shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I love you, kid.
It seems like, I try so hard, and I live there, and I did see a fair share of weird shit, but like, every day I'm like, the satanic Hollywood sex cabal isn't real. It can't be real. I don't want it to be real. And it's like, it seems like all the evidence is that it's 100% real.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you weren't living in your car getting invited to the demonic sex parties.
The Illuminati
Nick's
sex
Nick's
parties.
living in a Toyota. And he's like, I haven't been invited to any fucking parties.
It can't be real because I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have yet to see one person be brought back to life to continue fucking P. Diddy.
God. This is a disgrace, my sneezing. No, I never got invited, but I did have a roommate who went to
Bless
one.
you, by the way.
Really?
Absolutely.
Who do you see?
I don't know how. I told Zach about this in the car. I don't know how much I can say.
Oh, sure, yeah,
I've talked about this on other podcasts, but he went to a producer's house of a very. I don't know if it was a successful show, but it was like it was a show on Fox based on a movie that it didn't run for that. I'm saying too much.
It was Daredevil. I don't know why that was just a guess.
It was the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
It was the guy who played Green Arrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, he got invited to this party. He was a writer's assistant, and he was dating somebody else in the industry, and he got invited to this party. And I was couch surfing at this time, so I was like sleeping on this couch in this apartment in Burbank. Mm-hmm. And this guy, did I say his name? Because we'll have to cut that out. I'm not going to say his name.
We're going to have to cut a lot of this episode.
No. We're keeping this is a good episode. He stumbled in at like 4 a.m. and he was covered in like henna tattoos. And he looked like he had like seen a ghost. And I was like, yo, I like woke up. I was like, yo, man, you good? He was like, I just was at the craziest fucking party I've ever been to in the Hollywood Hills. And I don't feel good about it. And he told me, like, he went to this party. The thing that creeped him out was like the producer and his wife were greeting everybody, and their kids were there. They had young kids. I don't know. Well, they were kids. I don't know if they were young, but they were definitely like not like, I don't know if they were in like middle school or what.
Yeah.
And they also had their live-in boyfriend who they both seem to like be fucking is almost like not like polyamory, but like we like fuck this guy. Yeah. And he like helps with groceries and
And the
stuff.
kids call him like Uncle Robert.
Oh yeah,
helps with
he was like the kids like clearly were familiar with him.
Yeah.
That's the cool uncle.
And so at a certain point,
That's Ben. That's
gonna
who
be me,
Ben's
dude.
gonna be.
they were like painting like weird like satanic like henna tattoos on him. There was a party out back. People were doing drugs, and at a certain point, the kids were up with everybody, and then like there was like a hard like you guys got to go to bed, and they seemed like they didn't want to.
Go to your soundproof room.
And then the party like moved inside, and it very quickly became like a hooking up like sex party like wife swap thing. And
Wow.
it was
Maybe your friend was just like a loser. Sounds like a fun party to me. Sounds like they sent the kids home. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
he was just uncomfortable with like everybody. He's like
No,
he didn't
I'm
know he didn't know that's what this was, and then
Yeah.
like
It's weird for your kids to know you're like fuck
you're
toy.
like fucking swingers, and
Yeah.
then you have like a
Yeah.
boy toy that you
Yeah.
fuck, you know. And he basically the way he put it is like people started being like really forward with him in ways that he was like not cool with.
Yeah.
And
Damn,
he
dude.
he laughed, yeah.
Imagine, because you know how people talk about like walking in on your parents fucking, which I never experienced, thank God, because my parents got divorced and shit. But imagine like how much worse it would be to walk in and see your mom getting Eiffel Towered by your dad and your cool uncle.
Not even your mom getting Eiffel Towered by your dad and like a D-list TV celebrity.
Yeah, because the one of the guys in there fucking your mom is supposed to be the guy who takes you out to ice cream to help you after you accidentally saw that.
Yeah.
But when they're both fucking your mom, there's
Nobody can help.
safe. You just
It's bad, yeah. No, you shouldn't. You ought not do that. That's a
Yeah.
bad lifestyle.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I didn't get invited, Ben, but I would have liked to be. It would have been. I wouldn't have pussied out. That guy handled it like a chump. I would have been in there, dude.
Honestly, though, I think I would have just fucked someone's wife. I still would have been like afterwards. I would have been like, so I fucked a couple of wives and then I left.
I'm like, dude, there were Hollywood Hills milfs there.
Yeah.
You fumbled this.
Yeah, dude. That was your eyes wide shut moment.
I want to have an eyes shut. I want to have an eyes wide shut moment so bad, and I want to condemn it, but I want to get some pussy for. You know what I mean? Like I want to sample and still be like this. I rebuke this.
Yeah, you bring back a moon rock.
Yes, that's right.
I kind of relate to your buddy, dude. I think I would have gotten so embarrassed. I think I'd have to just run away. I don't know. That scares me.
He was
wild.
shaken by it.
Yeah.
I think I would be scared by it too.
Yeah, that's a wild thing to walk
It sounds
in.
like something else happened to your friend that he didn't tell you.
I mean, no, he did tell me. Oh, did we lose the camera? Brother.
We got it.
Brother. We can, should we? We'll just keep
We're
going.
still going.
It's fine.
Still beautiful.
Yeah, so I don't know. My whole thing is like, well, if that's happening and we know like this other stuff is happening, I'm sure that it's all true.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just because rich people are bored and powerful. I think
Of
that's
course.
a dangerous combination.
Yeah, wait till I get some power.
Yeah.
I will fuck this country up, dude.
Gets you just get pedophilic when you get rich enough? Is that what happens?
Genuinely think that happens.
So what are the charges Diddy is looking at? Like, what are they getting him for?
Oh my! I mean, I'd have to pull it up, but it's like, I mean, this is like an Epstein takedown.
Bit of everything.
Yeah. No, because but there's no kids, right? It wasn't kids.
No, I think there's accusations of
damn.
like minors and stuff.
Okay.
I might be.
Because the theory is that he got Bieber.
Well,
Yeah.
you watch the fucking videos of him and
Yeah.
Bieber. It's like, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean Bieber looks molested as it is. Yeah, I mean like he found God.
I mean,
and
he
stuff,
sings molested.
you know?
His voice dropped when he was like 29.
Yeah.
Well, that video of like when Bieber first, after he got, because he worked with Usher, and then there's that video of like him and Diddy. And Diddy's like, me and Justin are hanging out. I'm his legal guardian for the next 48 hours. I can't disclose what we are. I can't disclose what we. This is like on like
Yeah,
MTV.
yeah.
He was like, and we gonna go buck wild.
And then he just gave him a Lamborghini.
It's
you know?
That's
Yeah.
that
That's
is
a
some shit you
consolation
do.
Lamborghini. That was an apology Lamborghini.
Yeah.
No, I think I feel like you're trying to buy that boy's hole. You like
Yeah.
that's the loot. That's
Yeah.
like the
And they have 14 for a Lamborghini.
That's about how much a
It's-
boy's hole costs.
Yeah,
a Lambo. Yeah.
That's an accurate appraisal.
It's either like 40 payments of.
Yeah, he
20
looked,
grand
He
or
looked at Bieber's asshole with one of those little monocles, and he was like, "I think I could get a Lamborghini for this. I think I could."
Yeah.
You know,
This is about a Lamborghini's worth of.
He tapped it
boy
with a
butt.
little hammer, and then he was like, "That's a good proof.
Yeah.
That's like this is 20 carats. I'll give you a Ferrari."
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. It's like, anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's nuts. Ashton Kutcher also has like, there are all these interviews where like people ask Ashton Kutcher about Diddy parties, and he's like cycling through his head. He's like, I can't tell that story. I can't tell that story. I can't. And it's like,
This one time
Yeah.
we punked a child. Yeah, we were already naked though, so we couldn't use the footage. I don't know, dude. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, they seem like one of those like scary, devilish.
They are. They
Hollywood
love
couple.
defending rapists and Scientologists. They're like,
Yeah, the guy Hyde
The
was
Danny
a rapist.
Masters
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, he was a real bad rapist too.
Yeah. Damn, dude.
I'm so congested. I feel like a fucking animal right now, dude.
Imagine somebody watching that 70s show and just having horrible, terrible like that's such a dumb show to trigger your PTSD.
Yeah.
To have PTSD.
Just see Kelso's face and start shaking.
Yeah, when they do the weed circle.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah,
it's like
dude.
he's like
Yeah.
POV looking at you.
And you're
That's-
one
Every
friend's
time
like,
it turns to Hyde, you scream.
I have to go.
He's talking about water cars.
I wonder if he had like a rapey catchphrase, like "You can run, but you can't hide."
I
With a Y.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always. I feel like it is funny because like these guys who are so into like raping and trafficking women, they are also like the corniest guys of all time. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's like you're Jared Leto and you have a sex cult, dude. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
Well, that's
At
why I
least be a
fully
cool-
believe the Drake shit.
of course.
Like, yeah, like a guy like that like you've seen him in Degrassi and shit. Like a dude like that got bullied for so long,
Right.
and those guys can't handle.
Oh yeah, a
not-
light-skinned black guy named Aubrey. He's got a lifetime's worth of like just.
Dude, well, they
resentment.
can't handle having access to money and sex at the same time without
Right.
turning it into something they can control.
Something insane.
Yeah, like it's like, I mean, like look at like Epstein was a dork. Like that dude was a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's some dorky shit.
I,
Fucking
I,
kids
I,
on an island.
I had a friend who said one of the weirdest things to me after Epstein got arrested. He was like, yeah, well, he'll get punished in prison because he's such a handsome guy. I was like, what are you saying?
Some guy during all the Epstein shit who was just like, innocent until proven guilty. It's like, bro, not the time.
I was like, all right, so you think that Epstein has like, because the stereotype is like young boys are like coveted in prison because like if
Yeah.
you're attracted, you can, I guess your mouth feels like a woman's. But I was like, you think Jeffrey Epstein is going to be like the hot new item in the fucking maximum security
It's
prison?
also crazy to be watching the Epstein trials and be like, oh, they're nailing the hot guy. They're getting the fucking hottest guy.
Yeah, I can fix him.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, man. Epstein was. I'm sure we're rehashing things every podcast. Is
Derek Chauvin and Epstein, bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't condone either of them.
Dorks.
Let's take a hard stance
Bad
right
of
now.
them. Bad of them to do that.
I believe they both deserved a slap on the wrist at the very least.
yeah,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, Derek.
A slap on the dick.
A slap on the. I would.
Yeah.
How honestly, that's what. All this behavior could be corrected. We just the problem is we're not
I think we're not
rehabilitating.
creative enough with our punishments. I think if you get caught fucking an underage person, if they put your dick in a hydraulic press and made it a TikTok,
Yeah,
then
That's
people
pretty
might
good.
stop.
Yeah.
I would load up the hydraulic press, the prisoner dick hydraulic press playlist. I would fall asleep to that.
And there's just a split screen of a lady like rating each one on how satisfying it was to watch.
There's a split screen
Yeah.
of like
She's like, ooh, that one exploded.
There's like
10 stars.
It's the dick hydraulic press, and there's also like a kid playing Minecraft
Yeah.
on the other half of the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that. I wish that was real. I literally want to watch that right now.
Yeah, pedophile dick smash.
Pedophile dick crusher.
Weekdays at 9.
Yeah, I do. That is some crap I would love to fucking see. I don't know. I am a sicko, man. I literally like love like watching like court proceedings on YouTube. I'll watch like full like 6 hour
Me
like.
too. Me too. I used to have a joke about how I would drive while watching like the trial of Casey Anthony.
Yes,
Yeah.
my favorite one. This
Casey
was
Anthony, that was my like Epstein moment where I was like, she's cute. I could fix her.
she's yeah, and you could she
Yeah.
she got off. She's a free woman, right?
She killed her kids, so now I can put my kid in there.
She'll do this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting that we get Casey Anthony on here and we
That's the perfect person we need. Someone like that. Everyone knows who she is, but how many offers does she really get?
huge.
It would
bump,
be
dude.
crazy to have Casey Anthony over to my house and have to like clean up first before she gets here. Like Casey Anthony's coming over here. Better sweep.
Yeah. I think I would totally get flustered too. I think it would just be like, when there's a comic you talk shit about and then you meet them in person. A comic you talk shit about and then you meet him in person and you're like, oh, this guy's not, he's all right. That's I think I would have with Casey Anthony. I'd be like, you know what?
She's a charmer.
It's just like a really late term abortion.
I want to know what that kid did.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Sometimes they just terrible twos.
That is like you do get like you watch so much of this footage that you do get like I feel like I know all who's that one guy who's that family annihilator who like killed his wife and kids and like buried him out under like a silo or something. I'm trying to remember.
Chris Watts.
Chris Watts.
Yeah, I watched that.
yeah.
That one was
their
my
guy.
favorite, and the reason I liked that one so much was because I watched those like those interrogation things too.
JCS. Jeff
Yeah.
Can't Swim.
Yeah, Jim Can't
Incredible.
Swim.
I love it because they editorialize the voiceover so much.
Yeah.
It's like clearly some Ukrainian guy's writing this shit and like giving it to
Jim
a voice
Can't
actor.
Swim, dude. And he releases like 4 videos a year. They're all an hour long, and he does all this research. And
Yeah.
the Chris Watts one, the polygraph lady, she's my favorite.
Yeah,
because
that's
she
right.
knows he did the shit, right? They all pretty much know. But then she comes in, and they're gonna give him the polygraph, and he's still like holding on to hope that he's not gonna get caught.
Sure.
And so she's saying all this shit to him as she's about to start the test, and it was genius because she's saying the kind of things that if you're an innocent person would make you feel better, but if you were guilty, have the exact like opposite effect.
Oh, that's cool.
So she'd be like, look, I know this has been a lot. I know you're going through a lot. I'm so sorry about your family. I just want you to know, I want to thank you for being so cooperative. And I just want you to know that, you know, you're not going to have to suffer through all this very much longer, because at the end of today, we're going to know the truth. Like right now, only one of us knows what really happened to those girls. But when we leave this room, we're both going to know the truth. And it was like, oh, you savage.
dude.
You know what, dude?
She was awesome.
I wouldn't break.
Huh?
She wouldn't get me. I would feel I would feel so opposed to her at that moment. I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I feel fine, honestly. Like, I don't know why you're even saying this to me.
Well,
I didn't do it.
It's crazy because it totally worked on him, and it's crazy that you have like it in you to murder your family and shove them into like an oil drum.
I know.
But then you just can't be like rude to a lady.
That is what the funniest thing to me is murdering your whole family and then be like, all right, now I just got to act normal for the rest of my life. I think I can do it.
There's always the thing that they're gonna like run off with their new person and like just imagine the honeymoon. Imagine the just murdered your family honeymoon with the new wife.
Do you think it's good, or do you think it's a lot of like just remember and cringe, like that time you like hugged the wrong parent's leg when you were little?
No, I think it's the same thing as like when you when you spend too much money on a vacation that you can't enjoy it.
Yeah,
because you're like, I spent $100,000 on this hotel room, so you have no chance of enjoying it, because that's what I think. Thought he'd be like, I killed my family for this shit.
For this shit?
Yeah.
You're gonna bitch at me about the breakfast, like I killed my fucking daughters, and you're gonna complain about the bed?
Yeah,
that would suck to be the other person. They're always just bringing that up. Dude.
You kill your family, and then you just start immediately noticing red flags that you didn't see in your new girl. And you're
so
like,
funny.
Fuck, I might have fucked up. Guys, I might have fucked up.
She's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Kill me? Like you killed your... You're like, no, I'm not gonna fuck. Please, baby.
Well,
I thought we promised not to talk about that.
Yeah, I was talking about being the girl. And when it's just like, I don't really want Mediterranean tonight. Well, it's like, I killed my fucking wife.
Yeah.
I killed my wife.
I know, and you bring it up every day.
Every day.
Just, can we stop eating Mediterranean for one night?
That feels like being a dude who, like, if I was the woman, I feel like I would be so even more confident. That feels like being a dude who, like, played, like, professional baseball for 1 year. Yeah. And you bring it up. It's like, yeah, you killed your wife 10 years ago. What have you done? You know, you think you're a big shot.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, no way, dude. You're a loser.
Yeah. It's just...
Because you know you won't do it again.
Yeah.
Maybe he will. I don't know.
He brings it up at dinner parties, and she's like, "Here he goes again. He's fucking killed his ex-wife."
That would be hilarious if you fully move to another country to escape the law, and you're like, "Yeah, I killed my wife and family. It's not really a big deal." But I'm enjoying Laos. You know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Those guys. My favorite. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this guy. One of my favorite guys. Do you guys remember Daryl Brooks? Daryl Brooks was, I think it happened in, do you remember this, Zach? I want to say it happened in Wisconsin. Daryl Brooks was a guy who, he was upset at his girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken, and he was driving to like, go yell at her or whoop her ass. Anyway, he drove through the middle of like a Christmas parade. And he ran over all the dancing grannies. Just and so he
let his invasive thoughts win.
100%. I don't even know if he would. I think he's all invasive thoughts. I don't think that there was even a second where he was like, I shouldn't do this. It's
like the Everglades of thoughts.
Well, he elected to defend himself in court. I watched this trial live. I mean, I tuned in for like...
I think... is that the guy who they had in the Hannibal Lecter thing?
No.
Oh.
No, they wish they did.
Okay.
No, he elected to defend himself in court, and the judge was like... This judge was a beautiful mommy judge, by the way. This judge, I couldn't believe how well she fucking...
Did you say beautiful mommy
She was
judge?
a beautiful mom. I loved this judge. I think her name was Jennifer Darrow. Mm-hmm. I want to say. I might be wrong. Okay. But...
I just feel like I learned about your sexuality.
There's all kinds of beautiful... Listen, I'm into beautiful mommies. I'm into you know...
But you say mommy in the bedroom?
Absolutely not. Well, that's a story for another episode.
Damn, dude.
Called it. We could dive way deep into my past.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, I would never.
Harder, Your Honor.
That's not. I'm not. I don't like that. I hope she's. Anyway.
May I approach the stand? Sorry.
That's disgusting.
Go
man.
on.
This is a woman who is a decorated.
I'd fuck Judge Judy.
Magistrate. I would fuck Judge Judy too.
And Judge Mathis.
Okay, what happened with the trial?
So he was like, I'm going to defend myself in court. His attorney was like, Daryl, don't do that. The judge was like, Daryl, don't do that. Yeah. He was like, I really want to defend myself in court. They're like, okay, then we'll let you do it. And he basically just tried to like delay the trial. He would like bring the Bible up with him, and you have to let him. If you're defending yourself, they have to give him like as much time as he wants to like. Really? And he doesn't know how to like construct the evidence. It's just him. He's like holding the Bible, screaming about how like God is going to bring everything to light, and they would have to keep moving him to another room where because he was so disruptive that he would like zoom in from the other room, like on the computer, and he would request his case files, which were huge. So they would give him all these boxes, and his main legal strategy was, when he would get upset, is he would build the boxes around himself like a fort. So he would just like the angrier he got, the bigger the wall of boxes would get, and you would just hear his like muffled screaming from behind the boxes, and the judge would be like, Mr. Brooks, we cannot hear you, we've muted the Zoom call.
What sucks is that it's like, if he had been born 1,000 years ago, he would have been king.
He had a winner's mindset.
Yeah, and that's what, back then, that's what you start screaming out of the Bible, and people listen. Yeah.
Were he not constricted by the crooked American justice system, he would be, an absolute alpha dog in society.
Like, how many people ended up king just because they made other people feel uncomfortable, where they just got mad enough at small things. They're like, I find you be in charge. You could just take it.
Like, I will, dude. And I'm Caligula, and you guys are all going to fucking
How many
pay.
Roman emperors had autism?
Autism's like that started with vaccines, right? That's like a new thing.
Yeah, I think it's been around. It was just misdiagnosed. It was.
You think so? Yeah, I guess that's
I think
true.
a lot of things used to be called mad.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this guy's mad. This guy,
This guy like counts leaves on trees. Let's lock him up.
I mean, a lot of those people are like inbred.
Yeah, I think like Galileo probably would have been like a furry.
You think so?
Yeah, those guys are weird. Like Plato, all of them, like they have like weird.
These are not contemporary guys, by the way. Galileo and Plato are like.
I know. Well, okay. I was talking about like old. You're talking about Roman emperors. Right?
You just mean people who aren't alive? No, Roman emperors.
Yeah.
Galileo and Plato.
No, I didn't say they were Roman emperors. Okay. I just mean old-fashioned guys. They're all the same to me. They all are like
old school guys.
Yeah,
guys from the neighborhood. Galileo, Plato.
What I mean when I say old school guys is they thought things about the world that were so smart that we still refer to them.
Right.
But they also fucked children.
Yes.
And
that's the secret. Unfortunately,
that's the secret. Is like you gotta like.
You should see Diddy's plans, and it's like
that is also a sign of autism.
Yeah,
fucking children. That's one of the diagnose. That's how we know that they were probably autistic.
Yeah. You're like, it's the only other people who can relate to your Sonic the Hedgehog hog obsession.
That is true. You said that, and I was like, that's fun. That's like a funny joke. And then I just thought back to like watching To Catch a Predator, and I'm pretty sure they were batting like 9 for 10 on full autism.
All those TikToks, all those TikToks that are coming out are like people beating the shit out of mentally disabled people who have Grindr accounts. Is like all it is. They're smacking fucking the disabled
in like a grocery store.
I do. All right, I have a retarded story, and this is a real thing that happened recently, and I can't believe it was real. I was walking to Target, and there were 3 people. It was a lady, and it was obviously her mom and her son. And her son was like severely disabled. And they were walking past an ice cream shop, and the kid started going like, and his mom goes, "Oh God, he smells sugar."
This is like a full Jurassic Park moment,
dude. And I had
people inside have like Jello jiggling on a spoon.
There's blood in the water.
I had to hide, dude. That was the best. I couldn't believe it actually happened.
Do you think they see in infrared?
That was one of the funniest. I don't know if you guys saw the new Predator movie, but it's hinged on the predators hunting this autistic kid because autistic kids are the next step in evolution.
Oh, okay.
It's bizarre.
Too much sugar in your blood. They should make the next Predator movie. It's just them hunting Harvey Weinstein in the woods.
That would be, and it should really be
my
him.
phone, no.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah,
I would love to see a Harvey revenge film. Have you ever seen? I love when you fucking see something so funny you have to like fucking like run away.
Yeah, I couldn't handle it, and that was one of those things where like if I laughed, that would have probably been one of the worst moments for that mother. I don't think the kid would have even.
No,
he smelled sugar. Like he's on a different planet right now.
He's trying to find Feastables.
Yeah, but like like I don't want that kind of thing to be as funny as it is, but it hits such a good spot in me.
I saw a guy. I don't know what was said to him.
Yeah.
But there was a guy. This is when I was still doing medical studies, and there were two black guys talking. I had my headphones in. The one said something so we're in the entrance and there's a sliding door, and the one guy said something so funny to this other guy that he he threw his head back to laugh, went and then ran out the sliding door, finished laughing in the parking lot, and then came back in.
I love that, dude.
It was so funny to hear somebody laughing, the doors, and you hear muffled laughing, and then it comes back into the building.
Yeah, dude. I got a black guy laugh one time where the guy left the room, and I was like, I'm the best comic. I'm the best comic. He left the room and came back. That's the thing.
It's
that's
called
the thing.
a fleeing ovation.
White people need to start doing that. I should run
dude.
downstairs if something's funny enough.
Yes.
You know?
That's exactly right. Yeah, no, ascending a staircase quickly. That is the white version of it. It's so funny you must retire to your quarters.
Yeah.
I have to go sit in my chair and smoke a pipe. That was so funny.
Oh man, yeah, I love that shit, man. That's crazy. I feel so. It is hard. I feel bad for like, because like I knew people growing up who had like kids who were like pretty like severely on the spectrum.
Sure,
but
where it's not even fun anymore.
Yeah, we had a family friend, and I think she what?
It's not even fun anymore.
Well, because it is kind of fun. Here's the thing: when somebody's a little on the spectrum, there's a sweet spot. So much fun. There's a sweet spot.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who's on the spectrum. He's one of my favorite people to talk to.
Yeah.
Because like you know exactly what's up, dude. Like what's amazing about him is like because we all have to like buy into like the social contract of like whatever situation, right? But like if I'm at like a family event and it sucks, I'm like, I'm just gonna go talk to Hansi because Hansi knows he knows this sucks too, and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But no, we had a family friend who's like the kid had to be like taken away because it was.
Yeah, we had to put him down.
I mean,
I thought this was a no-kill shelter.
No, they had to like strap him into bed, dude. It was very sad. Yeah, that's always that's.
See, my thing is like I know that when you're in that situation and they're like that we have no choice, but I can't help thinking anytime you're strapping someone to a bed, it's always the people getting strapped to beds are always the people who it feels like getting strapped to a bed would do the most damage to.
Sure.
It's always somebody who's talking about like everybody's like teaming up against me and like the government's trying to kill me, and you're that person. You're all gonna join together and restrain
to push him down,
to literally prove him right to himself.
Well, this kid couldn't even speak. I don't think it was like that.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's also one of those things where it's like
he put all his stats in strength.
The spectrum of autism is the same as like the spectrum of dogs. You know, where it's like
now we're cooking.
Quincy is a dog, but also like a Chihuahua is a dog, you know? And it's like these are both a dog. So like you see like some autistic kids where you're like, this is both the same thing, really?
Yeah.
But
like dog men.
Yeah. Like some of them like can't speak, and then some of them you say they're like, July 12th, 1981 was a Wednesday,
Some
and
of them won't stop barking at shit.
Yeah.
They chase cars.
Yeah.
Some of them are very poorly behaved. Some of them are trained so well that the CIA uses them.
That would be a funny sketch, like a couple going to adopt a retarded kid, and the people at the shelter are like, all right, well, it's really important to match your energy level. So this guy, he's going to be chasing after cars, all right? This guy, he just kind of sits around, plays World of Warcraft.
I love this world where there's a retarded adoption agency.
Yeah, what
It's
breed are you looking for?
We specialize in and it's a long list.
Yeah.
All right. We know
There are
you
some
want a
health
good
concerns.
retarded kid.
You know, you're going to worry about hip dysplasia.
Yeah.
High blood pressure. They love Cheetos.
This guy got breathing problems. He's
Yeah.
not gonna. He'll live to be about 17 at the most. Yeah.
Keep him inside for a while. He doesn't have all his shots.
That is like Down syndrome is literally like a dog with a heart that's too big. It's like they make it to like 35.
Yeah, and
But they
if
have the
you
best time.
and also I would if I saw someone like hurting a person with Down syndrome, I would do murder. Same thing with the dog.
Do violence
Yes.
on them? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Down
if
syndrome-
I saw just a regular person getting hurt, I'd be like, well, they probably deserved it.
There are some people with Down syndrome where it's like you. I mean, again, I know every case is different, but we watch that show like Love on the Spectrum, and like some of these Down syndrome people, I'm like, you got a regular brain.
Yeah,
You're in a fucked up body,
100%.
but you got a regular brain, and that's like so fucked up.
Well,
they just
that's a
start committing-
spectrum too. You know what I mean? Is like how downs you are. You know, like I feel like there's rungs on the ladder. You know of how it is, and some people get like a double thing. Like what
You don't always get a
you know,
purebred.
They get cross-faded with it, you know. I think that's what they call it when you're autistic and have Down syndrome. That's called a crossfade.
Yeah, he's a cross between an autistic kid and a pit bull.
Well, Down syndrome, like we would watch that show. I tried to do a bit about this. I could never get people on board. The show Love on the Spectrum is like. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
great.
Maybe you've noticed this, but like I don't know if it's ethical or not, but the way they'll make people date on that show is like they'll take somebody with autism, and then sometimes they'll even start out having them date like a neurotypical person.
Yep.
That doesn't go well. They have them date an autistic person. If that doesn't go well, they're like bring in the Down syndrome girl. and they, dude,
She's like Wild Thing in Major League. She's got the thing shaved over her sideburn.
Yeah, and it's always like a match made in heaven. Like the Down syndrome girls fix the autistic guys, but
Yeah.
I don't understand how are you a person who can like, how can you go between worlds? You can date somebody who's not retarded and then date like a literal retarded person. Like what's the gray area on
There
that?
are no rules.
But because my thing is like, but like. So the guy in the middle can date both, but if you saw a neurotypical person dating a Down syndrome person, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, what are you doing?
But if they're
her
dating an
body is
autistic
23, her mind is 8. What are we saying, guys? It's still up in the air. Like I don't know, dude.
I'm like, I wonder, but then you see how wonderful these girls are, and like, guys are gonna start like self-diagnosing like ADD just so they can
You
get
know
like
what's crazy though too?
a Down syndrome girl.
It's okay. I have ADHD.
I'm basically autistic.
Yeah.
I'm like this close on the spectrum.
I have OCD. I
Yeah.
flip light switches on. She's a vegetable.
I love my girlfriend with webbed elbows, dude.
Dude, they can swim crazy fast. Okay, when I went to Jew camp, there's this one kid, and it was like that was his. You know how some of them can like play piano and shit.
Yeah.
His shit was swimming.
Well,
all right?
Jewish Down
He's-
syndrome kids.
He didn't have Down syndrome. He was like a tall. He was like a big. Like he would have been like an athlete if he didn't
Okay.
have.
Yeah.
Something, you know what I mean? Like he was almost Michael
should let
Phelps,
him.
and then something happened. But he would just like swim with his legs together. Like he didn't kick his feet like this. Like he swam like a merman. And he would like break the surface.
He
and, like,
definitely
breach.
he definitely thought he was a He was definitely playing
dude.
merman.
He's the purest life.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that he swam with his legs together means that, like, just the part of his brain that told him, like, to worry or think about swimming was off. That
Yeah.
meant he was, like, fully the part of our, like, ancestors that were fish.
Aquatic ape theory.
Pure
That's
flow
what
state,
it was. That guy is so close to, like, just have coming out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, he just grew legs.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what's crazy too? They talk about how sometimes people with special needs. I don't know why I decided to start. I think when I get serious about it,
Go.
it's hard to keep using retard.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, yeah,
It sounds
yeah.
really weird to be like,
That-
people
that's
like,
good.
is it like so. People with special needs, they have like sometimes their brain doesn't develop past the age of like 7 or 8 years old.
Right.
Well, I was just watching a thing about how crows are as smart as 7-year-olds.
Right.
So this is like retarded, like birds flying around with the brains of the like.
Right.
You can have a conversation with a guy with Down syndrome.
Right, and birds are
Yeah.
No, I thought you were gonna say you could because I was like my thought is like I'm gonna start befriending retarded
yeah,
people
with
with like
peanuts.
pieces of silver.
Yeah, I was
Pieces
like,
of
yeah,
silver.
yeah. So you can just throw bread at them.
They're like ravens.
Yeah, dude.
They'll leave you a button.
They remember
if they like you, they'll leave a button at your door.
If you give them stuff to build their nest, you'll be bonded
Yeah,
for life.
Just don't get on their bad side. They remember faces.
They do.
They drop their
my
nuts
God.
and let cars run them over to crack them open. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Boys, I think that's the episode.
All right, dude.
That was
All right,
great.
cool.
Cool.
All right, boys. We'll do this next week. Peace. See you guys.